Hi friends, I'm Miss Anastasia and welcome to Spinning Tales. Today we are going to be reading Bugs, Bugs, Bugs by Bob Barner. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Bugs, bugs, bugs. I want to see bugs. Butterflies that flutter in the sky. Spotted ladybugs that go creeping by. Friendly daddy longlegs that never bite. Grasshoppers hop, hop, hopping out of sight. A fuzzy caterpillar with tiny feet. Bees buzzing by flowers that smell so sweet. A long line of ants that work so much. Roly-poly bugs that curl up when I touch. Bugs, bugs, bugs. I can see buggy bugs all around me. That's a lot of bugs. Actual size bugs. So this says this is how big the bugs are in real life. So there's a bee, a grasshopper, a ladybug, an ant, a caterpillar, a roly-poly bug, a daddy longleg, and a butterfly. And then this talks about all the different kinds of bugs and tells you, can it fly? Can a butterfly fly? Yeah, but can a spider fly? No. That is a really awesome chart to learn all about bugs. Okay friends, to go along with our story, we are going to be making a splat paint butterfly. So what you will need for this project, this is what it'll look like at the end. Everybody's is going to look different because you're going to cut the shape and you're going to make it whatever colors you want. So we're gonna look for something like that. We're going to have a white paper. You can use other colors if you want, but depending on the color of your paint, the white shows up really good with all of the colors. You'll need the white paper, scissors to cut, a pencil or a pen for tracing, and then whatever colors you would like. I'm using some glitter paint, some gold, like a purplish pink, a purple, and then a green. So the first step that you will do is fold the white paper in half. Just fold it to the edge, make sure there's a little crease right here. So it'll be folded in half, and then you're just going to open it up. Once you open it up, we're going to take our paint and we're going to squeeze a little bit of drops of paint on one side. So you can just put them kind of wherever you want to. I put it kind of in a shape of a butterfly, so I put two kind of toward the edge and the rest in the middle. But at the end, you're going to cut the paper out, so you can just kind of put it however you want. So a couple dots. Don't put too much paint because it will spread out the sides of the paper, and then sometimes that makes a mess. So we don't want the paint to go everywhere. But you do want enough that when you press it down in a minute, it's going to all squish together. And then our last color, green. So this one's kind of like a shiny metallic color. So I'm just gonna squeeze it all around the edges, just a little bit of extra paint. And then we're going to close the paper up. So you're going to fold it down, and then as you fold it, you're going to smear. You guys can see the little dots where the paint is at. We're going to push these dots all over, kind of spread the paint out. So it's going to make the pattern the same on both sides, because on a butterfly's wings, the pattern is supposed to be the same on each side of a butterfly. So when you open up your butterfly at the end, it's going to have the same pattern on both sides. So I'm just gonna spread it out. See how some of the paint is coming out the side? So I put a little bit too much. So just be careful when you're pressing. So once it's all spread, you can see that the paint is inside like that. So there's two different ways of doing this. You can either open up the paper and then leave the paper somewhere to dry until all the paint is dry, and then cut out your butterfly. Or you can cut it right now while it's folded. Just be careful because the paper is a little bit wet from the paint, so it's a little bit harder to cut. So I'm just going to draw a design for the butterfly, so you're only drawing half of the butterfly. If you need help from this from your parents, you can get it. I'm going to draw kind of like the middle of the body, so it's just a little circle kind of on each side, so it comes out like this. And then I'm just going to make kind of a squiggle coming down for the wings. So I'm going to go up and then just come down over here, and I'm going to make this one into a point, this one into a point over here, and then connect it back to the front. So see, my shape is a little bit different. This one is pointed and this one was more rounded. So when you have it folded, it looks like this. So once you draw your design the way that you want it, you're just going to cut it out. So I'm going to carefully cut. Remember, there's paint inside, so it is a little bit wet. Cut around the edges. If it's too hard to cut while it's wet, you can wait for it to dry. Just make sure you open the paper, because if you keep the paper closed like it is right now, it will just kind of glue together. So you just make sure the paper is open and let it dry, and then you can cut it. And it's a lot easier. So I'm cutting this edge, and then the little piece at the top for his head. And then we'll open it up and see what it looks like. So at the end, after you cut it, it looks like this. We're going to carefully pull it apart so we don't rip the paper, because remember, it is wet. Look how pretty that looks. Oops. So at the end, you end up with this beautiful, unique butterfly. Bye, friends.